What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brown's Garage. So in today's video, part 2 of the Stankin' Lincoln, we are trying to figure out why it is running like complete and utter shit. So stay tuned and let's figure this crap out. So as I come to you from the town car that is running but falls on its face, if you hear it, but if I ease on the gas, it's just unhappy, very unhappy. So what I've discovered when I plug my scanner up into it and I started reading the data stream on this car is there's a fault in the fuel system. So that could mean a lot of things. That could mean we have either too much fuel, not enough fuel, or we could have a problem in the vacuum system where there's either too much air or it's being starved of air. So what we need to do is we need to pinpoint and figure out where we have wrong. So if you watched part 1, and if you haven't, you should, so go back there and watch it. If you have watched part 1, you will know that at the end of it, I found that we have a vacuum leak of some sort on top of the intake. I don't know if it's coming from the throttle body, the intake itself, because the intakes on these 4.6s are plastic and they are junk. Unfortunately, Dorman is the junkiest 4.6 liter intake you can get, and the intake was switched on this car before I got it. Guess what it is? Dorman. So I can't afford one right now. I got to get by. So we got to figure out how to fix this intake on a budget. Hopefully it's not completely just fucked. Excuse my French, but let's hope it's not. Let's hope it's something I can repair. Let's hope it's maybe a gasket. So we're going to get into this thing and start kind of tearing it down a little bit and inspecting and sealing it up and kind of maybe crossing our fingers and just hoping on a wing and a prayer that it'll solve our problem. She'll go back to running good and we can go ahead and get the rest of this car fixed up and hit the road. So let's start tearing this stuff off and figuring out what's wrong and how to fix it. Alright, it is next day, back on the old Stankin' Lincoln. Before we get started, I want to say I have been noticing a lot of camera noise out of my camera on my computer when I'm editing, and I want to say I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to eliminate that, so I have a little different setup today. So I'm not touching the camera so much because I notice it's making a lot of clicking noises and stuff when I move it around, and that's irritating. It even irritates me. So I'm going to be trying to get a new camera at some point, but right now I can't afford it. So I'm going to have to continue using this one, so I'm going to try to figure out ways to, eliminate that noise. So hopefully this is going to do the trick. If not, I'm going to figure out something else. But today we are working on the engine. As we said, we had a problem with vacuum leak in this thing, and it's just running like complete ass, and it's not getting any better. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take off the airbox, all this good stuff. We're going to take off the throttle body here, and check all of our vacuum, check gaskets, see how good those are, maybe replace some O-rings and some gaskets, stuff like that. Probably, I like to put a little light RTV coat on each side, not heavy, very light, just enough to give it a good bond. It just seals better that way for me. That way, in case it's a little misformed at all from being, worked on a few times. Some people like to torque the absolute shit out of everything. So, yeah, that'll kind of fill the voids anywhere that there might be a leak, or, sometimes there'll be a little bit of pitting on the gasket surfacing, and, that RTV will make up for that. So, light RTV coats only. Typically the best way to do it is to coat your gaskets and then install them. Or you can coat the surface of the gasket on the application you're putting it on and then apply your gasket. But you want to make sure it's a nice thin even coat all the way through. No surface showing. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start taking this thing apart and inspecting and figuring out what in the heck our problem is and why is it running so bad. Alright, it is nighttime now. I took a while and set me up a little work area for, have my stuff out. I took the hood off the car to get better access. Added some lights up top so we could actually see this thing, and I polished up our parts here, and I've also cleaned our surface. So I'm gonna come in here now and check for any vacuum leaks that might be, in the lines or anything of that sort. I'm gonna look at the intake, check for cracks, so on and so forth. But so far so good. We're getting things cleaned up and ready to be put back on the car. Can't wait to get this thing running. Eventually I'm going to do an exhaust on it, but for now, just getting it running will be great. So I'm going to get back to what I was doing, and hopefully we find our leak. Alright, so got our little setup here for our cutting gaskets. I got a roll of gasket material. These are our gaskets we need to cut, and we're just going to cut it out of, I think I should be able to cut that out of that, and that out of that. Then we'll do a gasket sealant on each side, and all that good stuff. I do have it covered up for now, just to keep any trash out of there and all that good stuff. But man, these lights really made a difference. Check that out. Bam. Lighting. Now all I need to do is kind of close this up somehow, maybe with a tarp or some plastic, I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah. Check out the Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook. We got a whole bunch of platforms to post on different stuff constantly, so check it out. All you got to do is go to your platform that you want to look me up on. Search me in the search engines. Every single platform has the same profile picture as the YouTube channel, except for the Snapchat. So go look me up. I don't know what you're waiting on. Yeah, this is much better. Just need to enclose this thing, but for now it works. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of close this up. get my stuff out of it. But I'm gonna get to cutting my gaskets, and then maybe tonight, I'm not sure, but maybe tonight we can get to starting to put this thing back together. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. Alright, we had our gaskets cut out of our old, crappy, brittle. I mean, look at that, just snapped. That's cracked right there. I'm gonna just snap it like a chip. Then we got our other gasket that we cut. Snap it like a chip. They were just brittle. You can tell the car has been redone, but they just reuse the same gaskets over and over and over. But we added a light coat of RTV after I cleaned and polished and just all of this. This vacuum port was actually plugged up because it ports out right in here. Let's see if I can get y'all. Yeah, right there. Valley right there. It was completely plugged, so all that's been cleaned up and polished the outside of it real good. So that is ready to be reinstalled on the car. All we need to do is I still haven't inspected everything, so I guess I'm gonna do that now and see what I'm looking at, see if I need to repair anything before I reinstall this. But I'm probably not going to reinstall that until tomorrow because I still got to vacuum out that valley down there, and I don't want that in the way. So I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow to reinstall. So I will see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, so today we are back on the old stinking Lincoln. We got our throttle body all nice and cleaned up, resealed and polished out, ready to go. All we got to do before we install, run a vacuum down in here in this valley and get all the leaves and crap out, and do a little quick inspection on the vacuum system here and check it out, make sure everything's good. But other than that, after we do that, we can install our throttle body, seal it off, and hopefully have us a running engine again. Well, we have fortunate and unfortunate news. I'm going to start with unfortunate first. Unfortunate is I cannot get all the leaves out from under the intake, and I'm worried about what could be cracked underneath. So I got to tear it down more. I'm going to take the intake off because I've got leak in there from the thermostat, which needs to be resealed, and that little housing that travels across. And like I said, I don't know what's cracked on the bottom side. I need to inspect it. So unfortunate. Fortunate is once we pull that and we inspect it, we'll know exactly what's wrong with it, and we can address the problem and get it back right where it's supposed to be. So let's go ahead and finish tearing this down and inspect it some more and really figure out what's going on with this car. Alright, well, I got it tore down a little further, and as you can see all that wetness in there coming from the seals right there. So definitely need to address that. Glad we took this down. I've got the alternator off. I left the belt on except for just taking the alternator out of here. I put since we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, what I like to do is I like to put bolts back, especially when I start tearing down a lot and I start, it goes on for days and days and days, and I got other projects. I tend to start forgetting where bolts go. So what I'll do is I'll find my pieces, you know, like say for instance here, EGR bolts, bracket bolts, battery mounting bolt, hood bolts, you know, just put them back where they go. Takes you a second to remove them again, and you don't forget where stuff goes. Now a lot of guys I watch on YouTube have these bolsters, and some people use cardboard and draw out templates. I think that takes too much time. The bolster is a good idea. Wouldn't mind having one of those if y'all bolster guys might be watching, you know. Send me one. But yeah, usually either, you know, cardboard template or the bolsters, but since I don't have bolster, I tend to go this route with the old just putting them back where they go. So saves you a lot of headache in the end. You don't end up with extra bolts when you're done with the project, because I've had so many people, where'd all these extra bolts come from? Inside of the engine. So, but I'm going to continue tearing this thing down because I really want to get in that valley and see what's going on down there. I think all that's coming from just the thermostat, but I hope it's not coming from more. So we need to look. I'm going to go ahead and pull the injectors and start getting down to the bare valve, or the bare blah 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 intake, so I can pull it off. Well, I got good news for the channel. I contacted HIPA and they agreed to help with our project. So we will be getting some parts in within the week, and we'll be starting on a small engine rebuild, a Briggs & Stratton 14.5. Even Marshall's excited about it. Oh, ain't you excited, boy? He's excited about the rebuild. Oh, boy. We're both excited, so hopefully we'll see that video soon. So stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe, because I don't know why you haven't done that yet. There's so many of y'all that watch it don't subscribe, and it's just mind-blowing. So button. Hit the button. Let's get back out here to Lincoln. Alright, we finally got our intake off, and we found out that it was leaking from all three spots, or all three layers there for the cooling system. And it might have been a leak down here, but we're going to come through here and clean all of this up. We also got our leaves and crap out of the valley there. It was completely soaked and caked with crap. Went ahead and wiped off valve covers. We also cleaned all of our parts, polished the valley for the coolant. I got the thermostat housing cleaned up. I also cleaned up the alternator really good. So all I need to do now is wipe down all the gasketry, check everything, finish cleaning up the surface on the engine, and then we should be ready for resealing and reassembly of this engine. Alright, got the gasket surfacing all cleaned up here throughout the top end. So everything's clean and prepped. I went ahead and prepped our intake. Look on the back side with the seals and all that stuff. It is kind of curing. Let it tack up some, and then we'll probably be going ahead and putting the intake back together tonight. So I'll give this thing a few minutes to tack up, and then we'll go ahead and start with assembly. So I want to take a quick second and pause the video and ask y'all to help me with something. I need y'all to do me a favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Smash it. Smash that bell. Go like the videos. You know, tell me where you're from. Say hi. Whatever. Ask me questions. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. And I cannot do that without your guys' help. So definitely go subscribe. Check out Facebook, the Instagram, the Snapchat, and now we have a TikTok. You can just go type in Flying Brown's Garage and you will find me. All the profile pictures are the same. It's easy to find. And yeah, give me some likes, give me some subscribes, and all that good stuff. I'm trying to build this, and I can't build it without everybody's help. So hope you guys are enjoying the videos. You know, got a lot of good videos coming, constantly coming, and I'm constantly sourcing new projects. So stay tuned, and with that being said, let's get back to the video. Alright guys, another day on the old stinking Lincoln. I'm a little bit slow today, kind of tired, and just wore out from all the work the past couple weeks. So today we got to reassemble the engine. Last night I did not get to it. It got late and I got tired. I just said the hell with it. But today we're looking at a prep surface, and everything's cleaned and been redone, so we're pretty much ready for reassembly. We just need to go ahead and start doing it. I need to get this done today as much as I can, because I have to take a trip tomorrow and film a couple other videos a couple hours north, so y'all stay tuned for those. Actually, I think this video will be dropping after those videos. So getting the van ready for a trip and all that good stuff. So yeah, y'all can go back and watch those if you haven't seen them. But yeah, let's get into this, into today's job, and get it done as much as we can. Alright, we have our intake reassembled on the top of the engine, and we're about to start putting in our injectors, start hooking up wiring, vacuum, and then I can go ahead and stick the rest of it on there, alternator and the intake and all the vacuum lines. So let's get to the rest of this, get it done. But it sure is looking good. Damn. It's a way better engine than it did before, that's for sure. Especially with that valley cleaned out and everything wiped down. Loving that look. Alright, well, just in a short amount of time, I've gotten that far. Got the plug wires back in, all the wiring hooked up except for what's missing, which is the alternator and the throttle body and the airbox, of course. And I still haven't gotten that tied up over there yet. But we're getting somewhere for assembly for sure. I'm about to go ahead and throw the alternator on that I cleaned up. This is the alternator off of this car. I just took it off, took a wire wheel to it, cleaned it up really nice to kind of, you know, match everything else that's going back on it and make it look nice and clean. I either like to paint parts or clean them when I take things off and redo it, just because, hey, if you got it apart, why not do it? especially if you're not in an extreme hurry to get that vehicle back on the road, like if it's a, you know, daily driver and that's all you got. I've got many vehicles, so I don't have to worry about that. I can sit one down for a while. Excuse me. I can sit one down for a while and then work on it as I go and get it done right, clean it up. But since we're trying to leave this car as original as possible, and we're on a budget, extreme budget, as in $0 budget. I've already spent too much on this car. I didn't want to spend anything. So, with that being said, I cleaned up my parts instead of painting. So it gives the original OEM look, but you still got nice clean parts that function well. This was all gunked up on the inside. I mean, it's been all nice and cleaned up, so it should operate so much better. So let's get this on there. I'm gonna do the alternator first, and then I'll do the intake or the throttle body. So let's get the alternator on and get it buttoned up, and then we'll get on to the throttle body assembly. Alright, got our alternator on. The only thing that we're lacking at this point is the power for the alternator, and you know what? I need to locate that. I thought it was on one of these runs, but maybe it's on these wiring harnesses are weird on these 4.6s, at least on the town cars. They're in a whole bunch of different pieces. Ah, here it is. Just run this guy right here. Maybe I should come around instead. Around here through. Maybe that'll give me a better length. The wind's blowing today. Hey, come. Okay, and now I had a ratchet. What to do with it would be a good idea to have. Okay, that's tight. Let's get our lead cover over that lead on that alternator. Another thing they didn't have done properly is they didn't have that on right last time. Okay, so now our alternator is completely hooked up, belt and all. We're going to move on to our throttle body, get it hooked up, put on all that good stuff, get the bracketry hooked up and the cables and all that junk. So bolts off here so I can get this thing coated with some RTV, put the gasket on it and get it in place, and this thing will be almost done and ready to fire up for the day and see how it's actually running. Alright, we got this thing assembled. The only thing we're missing is the breather box top, but I'm gonna leave it off until I make sure this thing's gonna run right. I'm gonna bottle feed it a little bit of the go-go sauce. If anybody's wondering, Bath and Body Works bottles work really good for this shit. So I don't know if any of y'all that might need to know that, but there's your info. But here's what's gonna make you laugh. We've had our lawnmower battery on charge for a couple days, so we've actually got it hooked up to the car. Maybe we're gonna see if it'll do anything. I doubt it, but we'll see. But I'm gonna shoot a little sauce in here just to give it a little something. That's what I've been looking for. It's still missing a little bit. I think I might have firing order crossed up a little bit. Let me check into that and see if that's the case, because if so, I think I might have two of these over here that are actually but I need to get some coolant in this thing too, for sure, because of course I drained it all out. So I'm gonna shut this thing down. Surprised the lawnmower battery worked on it. Took over this big old V8. But let's get that taken care of real quick and then fire it back up and see how she does. Alright. Well, she is healthy again. Just have to bump that key, boy. Just bump it. That's how it should be. Just bump that key. That's a good running car right there. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna let this thing sit here for a few minutes. Got to cord some antifreeze in there. I gotta let the thermostat open up so it can drop down. I can add some more. We'll be good on that. And we might pull it out of the shop tonight. Run it up and down the driveway without the hood on it, see how she do. But so far, that thing is running really good. Really good. No, it's got a misfire. Why is it running so good and has a misfire? I'll look into that now. Stupid car is gonna be the death of me. Love it, but why can't you just cooperate? It's still misfiring on whatever cylinder. I don't know. I'm not getting a check engine light for it, so it makes no sense. But it's clearly misfiring. I can hear it in the exhaust. So I guess what I need to do at this point is, damn it, pain in my ass. I need to get my inline spark tester out and pull each spark plug wire individually and plug it into the spark plug tester and run it through. See if that's gonna do anything for me. I'm gonna have to take those hinges off so I'll be able to drop it down. Drop it down. Well, yeah, let's get our inline spark tester in there and see if we can figure out which cylinder it is that's misfiring, and hopefully it's just a loose connection or maybe just a plug wire itself. That is possible. So let's look into it. Alright, well, I think I found the problem. I think we had two driver's side rear plugs crossed with each other. So let's hope that is what it was. We're gonna run through one more time, check and make sure plug wires are nice and connected. I can feel the connector writing on the connector of the spark plug. You can usually feel it, kind of give a little scrapey feel, metal on metal. You can feel it transferring through the rubber. I think that's it. Let's cross our fingers. Let's fire it up. Let's see what she do. Hopefully that is our problem solver. Okay, that sounds a hell of a lot better. Huh, and I don't hear a misfire. It was a spark issue. The firing order was crossed up. So, now this thing should really run. So let's see what she did. It's still heavy. Why is that? Why is it still doing that? Is it burning coolant? Damn it. Sure freaking smells like it, and there's water dripping from the exhaust. You have got to be shitting me. I wonder if this thing has a blown head gasket. Pisses me off. Well, I guess I'm gonna look into it some more. I swear. Old cars are such a pain. Like it shouldn't. I mean, this running great at idle. That's running better. I'm gonna monitor it a little bit more, let it run, see what it does. Maybe it'll clear out of it. I hope. Sometimes that's what it takes. I'm just gonna let it run, let the gaskets kind of settle in, let everything break in, and let the coolant get through the system, let it get hot. Maybe we can bust it loose, get it to run right. If not, I gotta figure out what in the hell else it is. So let's just cross our fingers and hope it just comes out of it and runs like it should. So that's all I can do. Alright, I got the driveway cleared out. We're gonna take this thing up and down the driveway and see what it does, see if it clears up a little bit. Hopefully it does. Can't believe I'm running it off of a lawnmower battery. Let's see here. Scanning. How to stream it. Still showing fault the fuel system, and now it's showing fuel system 2 fault. See what it does when we put it in gear. Feels weird driving this thing without the hood on it. I don't do good donuts right now. I probably just rutted the shit out of the yard. No, not too bad. I actually don't think I screwed it up. Huh. The car just running like that much garbage that it can't even do a donut? Damn. Drive around in circles. Don't get stuck, old girl. See if I can make it around here. Oh no! Not the paint that's already shit. I probably shouldn't be back here with the Lincoln, but I am. Let's back up down the driveway. And come up, see what she does. I don't want to get it out in the street right now just in case it dies on me. I don't know what the hell it's gonna do. Shitty ass driveway. I can back it in this tight ass space. Yeah, it sounded great. Still sounds the same. I don't know what the hell it is. Check out a bad head gasket. Just possible. That's doing the same thing. But just no check engine light. I don't understand. I wish it'd just throw me a code. But no codes. Well, shit. That ain't no fair. But that's part of working on cars. They ain't never no fair. I guess I'm gonna get the hood back on this thing and park it. Figure it out some other time. Right now it's just not wanting to cooperate. I guess I'm gonna have to put it off and come back after my trip and figure it out, because it's just not cooperating with us. I guess that's the name of the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Alright, well, unfortunately, we didn't win this one. Not yet, at least. She's still fighting us. It's almost like she wants to take a dirt nap. And she's tired, but I'm not going to let it. It's not time for you yet, girl. Many roads to see. But, I want to cut this video. I wanted to have this thing running and getting on down the road, but unfortunately, sometimes they just decide to have their own minds and do what they want to do. So that's it for the Lincoln for now. We're gonna be on a couple of videos here soon, and y'all be seeing them come out. I guess y'all will actually see this video before the others, which I'm kind of surprised on, but I didn't expect it that way, and it just went that way. But stay tuned for more videos on Lincoln. It will be back around. I'm probably going to get back at it as soon as I get back home. Sunday. Today's Friday. Leaving out tomorrow morning real early. Probably get back real late tomorrow night. And I'll get back on it Sunday. Hopefully we can get a little, refresher, stepping away from it, come back to it, figure it out immediately, which happens to me a lot, and be able to hit the road in this old girl again. So, be sure to check out old videos. Stay tuned for new videos. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Don't know why you haven't done that. The button's like right there. And I forgot to mention this, but share some of the videos with friends, family, whatever, anybody that has a mechanical mind or just wants to see stupid shit. There you go. Also, don't forget to do the Facebook thing and the Instagram thing and the Snapchat thing and the TikTok thing. As I say all the time, the only one profile picture that's different is Snapchat. It is the avatar. Everything else is the same profile picture as the YouTube channel. So just go type in Flying Brian's Garage in the search engines on those platforms and you will find me. And I think that's it for this video. So subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys on the road to fix Randy's truck, I guess. So let's get up there and get this Dodge 2500 going.